Hi guys, how are we doing? So, welcome back. I'm the Progress Coach, and today's a new vlog. And today's vlog is about volume eating. Alright, so I want to just run through a bit about volume eating because I get a lot of questions about macros and calories and stuff, and like what is it and why can I eat what I want? And it's not. Yes, you can eat what you want as long as it stays within your macros, but it doesn't really work like that in a way. So I just want to clear it up with people, like what I mean by volume eating and stuff. So let's start pretty simple. The best example, you can have a chocolate bar when you're counting your calories. So if you are allowed 178 grams of protein, 210 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat, which is pretty much what I'm on at the moment, a protein, a chocolate bar like a Mars bar or a Snickers, easily going to fit every day, right? Easy. And that's fine. But the problem is with something like a Snickers every day and a Mars bar every day and sweets and stuff like that, is what do they do? Nothing. Nothing. You're hungry straight after. Boom. So that's what volume eating is. Volume eating is when you have something and it fills up your volume. So that's not what a Mars bar and a Snickers is. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. I understand that you want a chocolate bar and you want a Mars bar on the odd occasion. But what you need to realise is sometimes that's not the best option for your diet because you're going to be hungry and it's going to be harder to stay within your macros. You're going to be tempted to have more carbs or fat or something like that, which most people are. But by having volume food that's for example, a good volume food, I'm not saying it's the best, but obviously vegetables. You could have how many 200 calories of broccoli is like, whoa. Not saying you want to eat that, but if you ate 200 calories of broccoli in a bowl, you'll be very, very full up. Do you know what I mean? So you want to have volume food. So, for example, a Mars bar, you break a Mars bar down, lots of sugar, lots of fat. Obviously better to have some fruit because it's more higher in fibre and more filling. If you want to have some fat and get some protein in, have some almonds. So these foods are more filling, so they're more volume. Do you get what I mean? So that's what volume eating is. For example, as I like carbs and stuff. The other night I had some cauliflower rice. The other night, and I had some butternut squash noodles I bought the other day. Really cool. And I had butternut squash noodles with some turkey mince, tomatoes. Literally in a bowl, it was like, whoa, wow, what the hell, man? It added up to like 460 calories. It was stupid. It was like nothing. And I was like the biggest bowl in the universe. And that was lovely. Cauliflower rice, I'd have sometimes. I mean, at the end of the day, when I buy rice, you just want to buy the good stuff that's just simple rice. You get the same amount, but then you buy the rice that's got other stuff in it, bulks it up a bit, and it's like more calories and feels like the same. So that's what I mean by volume eating. Just try and go for the foods that are more filling, that give you more volume, but the same amount of calories is something that isn't so much. Does that make sense to you? So basically, you are going to pick the better options of food, whole foods, basically, whole grain foods. They are more filling. They're higher in fibre, so it makes it more. You know what I mean? Volume foods. Not saying that you need these on a diet, because that's the point of the calorie counting diet, macros, is that you don't have to have a diet that ruins you for the rest of your life. It's something you can follow. It's a lifestyle change. So you can't look at it like that. You've got to look at it in a way of, yes, you can have a Mars bar and a Snickers every now and then, but on most days, try and have the better options of the food that's going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to make your life easier when it comes to staying within your macros. Unless you're bulking and stuff, then do what you want. But I'm talking in the terms of weight loss and fat loss, where you're normally at a calorie deficit, and it's not tough, but it's not easy sometimes. You get to the later in the day and you're like, oh, I've had loads of carbs and I've had my macros, I'm starving, So then this is when the volume food comes in. You make something like a stir fry, with loads of vegetables and some chicken. All of a sudden it's like, whoa, loads of food, but then you actually got hardly no calories because it's full of volume. Do you know what I mean? Sweet potato is quite a good one I like because it's, one of my favourite ones is this thing I get from Sainsbury's or the Co-op. It's like carrot, swede, sweet potato, like blended all together in a little box. It's like nothing in it. Literally, it's like 200 calories, hardly any carbs and stuff. And it's like, wow, okay. But you put it in a bowl, it's like a mountain of mash. And it tastes like sweet potato mash, even though it's got swede and carrots in it. So, you know, that for me, I love it because I'm like, oh, full, but it's actually not that much food, so it means I get to eat more for that day. Volume eating is a good way of doing it. You know, you've just got to pick the high fibrous foods, the foods that are a bit lower in the calories, that are quite filling. So you just got to pick the better food if you can most days. It will make your life so much easier when it comes down to counting your calories and tracking your macros. All right. So just volume eating. Just try and have the foods that are higher in volume, higher in fiber, better for you. 9 out of 10 whole foods are so much better. Things like quinoa, for couscous. It's quite filling. It's quite because it's quite high in fiber. It's good for you. But on the odd occasion, have a slice of cake. It's not going to kill you as long as it fits your macros. All right. So that's my tip today. Try and get more volume food in. It will help you so much. All right, guys. Anything, any tips you need, make sure you get over onto my actual page on Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/theprogresscoachonline. You can ask me any questions you want. You can ask me anything about this video. Just let me know. If you want a list of some examples about volume foods, then I'll do it. Just ask, and I'm here to help, guys. All right. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. Volume eating. Bye, guys.